So I'm trying this car vlogging a little bit different. I have two cameras going in here right now, my GoPro and then my my Sony. So we'll see how this turns out going back and forth between the two. Figure it adds additional angle, makes it a little more interesting. Driving into work right now. It's Friday, which means, well, I don't really know what it means. Last week was Father's Day. It was my first Father's Day, and I spent time with my family and really didn't get much work done on anything. That guy looks like he's about to fall off the roof. It was my first Father's Day. I got to spend the time on the water, wakeboarding, water skiing, jet skiing, and got to enjoy some crabs and beer. So no complaints there.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd follow you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you. I remember you.
So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and purchase temporary tags so that I can drive the car on the road. That should give me 30 days to get everything sorted out. The big limiting factor right now with actually installing the turbo kit is in the state of Maryland, once a car is tagged and titled, within the first 30 days, you have to get it tested for emissions. In the state of Maryland, for emissions, they use the OBD2 plug-in, and since I'm running an Apexi PFC, I will no longer be OBD2 compliant. And it kind of sucks because I'm hoping and wishing I'd be able to actually just get a sniffer test done. Because I'm leaving the car, I guess I'm leaving a cat in it. It's going to be a high flow cat, but I'm planning on having it so it is 100% legal in that sense. I would hope that I wouldn't need to actually do the plug-in test and I could just get the sniffer test so that it would still pass it and I could just leave the turbo kit on there. Because the second aspect of that is every 2 years we have to get our emissions retested, and again that's replugging it into OBD2 port every 2 years, which means I'm going to have to do one of two things. I'm going to either have to pull the turbo kit entirely off or switch to the stock ECU, leave the wastegate open as much as I can, and drive the car just enough, hoping I don't build any boost to throw any codes or mess up anything, and then hope I can pass that way. Neither of those are things I particularly want to do because of how much is involved with it. The biggest pain in the ass is honestly just switching out the fuel injectors. The rest of it's just pretty easy, but the fuel injectors make a mess when you pull them off with any residual fuel in the system. So yeah, hopefully within the next week or two I'll be able to drive the car on the road and go from there. Alright, so I'm sure you can hear that storm in the background. I'm gonna call it a night now. Again, I haven't done as much as I wanted to do. At this point, the engine bay is getting pretty strict. The transmission, I mean literally engine is connected by just one motor mount on the far side. Other than that, Coolant's been drained, oil's been drained, transmission fluid is still in there, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Transmission is completely disconnected from the engine. It's being held up right now by a jack. It's still connected to it is still connected to the wheels. Well, how the wheels would be connected up. So hopefully next time I do this, I should be able to drop the entire engine out. Alright. Sorry the footage hasn't been more interesting. I've been struggling to find the time out here. But hey, I'm making it, so who cares? Got my old exhaust off. It's showing that it was on there for about 30,000 miles. Definitely like the sound of this, but it's definitely showing tick. And this clip broke after maybe 10,000 miles. This was a Che Lotus style. Dual exit out the center. Build quality was okay. Fitment was crap. And fitments caused that. I also had to cut two ovals in the bottom of my bumper to fit it. But hey, it's off now. You're probably thinking to yourself, this vlog sucks. There hasn't been any turbo building at all. Well, really though, my other car, my old one, was originally being built out to have this turbo kit put on it. Once it reached the 196,000 mile mark, I took it off the road, got in my BMW, and then got my new MR2. I knew it would no longer be what I originally intended it to be, and that I would end up selling it eventually. So that's why right now I'm really just pulling parts off of it. I know it's not very entertaining, but it needs to be done. I have one of the two main things that I need off of it pulled off already, and that's the oil block that the oil feeds will come from. The other one is the oil pan, and I'm in the process of doing that right now, which is predominantly what this video actually was, taking the oil pan off and then taking the oil block off also. So I promise it's going to get better. Hopefully one of the next videos I'm going to be rebuilding this turbo, and then shortly after that it's going to come down to actually installing the stuff once the car is back on the road and tagged and titled and everything. So hang in there. It'll get better. And I hope the various B-roll is entertaining enough. It's a new day. I'm home from work. The baby's taken care of. Let's try to get some work done.
Close my eyes, I can almost